Okay, so hi guys, I am Peter and I'm the host for today's mastermind call. So we host this mastermind call every Saturday to, to gather the whole community around, talk about what you do, see how what you do can help the other person. And if you have like issues, we go high level with, if you need assistance with anything, maybe a setup and all, you can reach out to us and we'll help you reach out to the team and help you get what you want done. So, does anyone have anything to say?
No, just we appreciate you putting this together. It's always helpful to build communities.
Okay.
Well, I do. I joined because I have some questions. So essentially, I joined the mastermind recently, right, and everything. So, I really want to start like getting clients into my agency, right? And I just wanted to kind of like, ask some questions in regards to how, if you guys are marketing the AI agents, how are you doing it and stuff like that? Because I want to start getting more clients in the agency that way, So, like, some tips, whatever, man.
Do you have a niche, Norberto?
That's a really good question. And no, the answer is no. I know, but I would, if I were to pick, I would pick real estate agents because I'm in that niche. I started as a real estate investor, and then from there I evolved. But yeah, I would just pick like real estate or plumbers or something like that.
Yeah. So I think this is one of like the most common problem is people, they really want to hit a working niche, right? So they jump across niches or are not able to fix on a niche and try to sell whoever they see. And this is the hardest part, is you can't close sales that way. If you go to a company, a business, right, and say, hey, what do you guys do? Oh, you're plumbers. Hey, I can help you have an AI receptionist answer the calls when you're busy doing plumbing work. They're going to look at you as a receptionist provider, right? Compare that to, oh, I know how it goes. You guys get these quotes all the time and this and that, and you start speaking their business language. So that extra deep dive in that niche helps you cross that sales kind of pitch to close the client, because they see their side of the business, right? I think that's like the most critical advice. And so the simplest thing for you, the most practical advice I would give you is, it's not the end of the world if you say, I will single-mindedly focus on something like real estate, which I highly recommend you focus on that, right? It's a very good high ticket type market. High ticket meaning if you close one extra client for you know what I mean. So it just make it simple. Create a challenge for yourself, one week from now till the next mastermind, or 2 weeks from now to like the 2 weeks, and then single-mindedly focus on building for that niche. And you have to have you heard of cohort courses?
Say that again.
Cohort courses. Have you heard of what those are?
No.
Okay. So the idea of a cohort course is, right now with ChatGPT and all the LLMs, you have access to knowledge. The problem is never knowledge anymore. The problem is execution, right? If you want to know something, you can get the answer instantly. The problem is you're in a decision fatigue because of too much knowledge, right? So what cohort courses help you do is help you focus on execution, which is, think of it as like a challenge or like a game, right? So here it is. I'm just like giving you the quick, simple solution, because I suffered from the choosing the niche problem for a long time myself, right? The solution is this: the next 2 weeks, Norberto, just commit to this very, very small group. We're just 3 people here, right? And we're here to help each other.
Thank you.
In 2 weeks, you're going to do real estate only, right? And guess what? The minimum requirement is not result driven, is execution driven, meaning you're going to come back in 2 weeks and say, I tried to reach out to at least 100 customers and I didn't close any of them. That's when we reevaluate, right? But if you haven't done sales calls or like cold calls or cold emails or whatever mechanism, and if you want more, like if your question is more about what those mechanisms are, we can kind of deep dive into those. But really the biggest thing is, it's a simple metrics. You ask yourself the execution question. Basically, the question that goes, how many clients did you try to talk to? And most probably the answer is, oh, I'm still kind of planning my niche, right? Well, that's why you will, you know, the saying that goes, you will make 0% of the shot you don't take. Even if you have the best plan, if you don't execute, you're going to get zero customers, right? So your homework for 2 weeks from today is just single-mindedly focus on the niche. Don't get stuck on the decision. If it's the wrong niche, guess what? You change it in 2 weeks. It's not the end of the world. But just focus on it. And then your homework is to send out at least 100 emails or at least 50 calls to agents or whoever your target customer within the real estate niche, and then come back in 2 weeks to us and say, hey guys, here's my results. It worked out really, really nice. Or, hey, I tried this. Either I'm doing something wrong or I really want to change the niche. What did you lose 2 weeks? What did you get? Very real execution instead of, getting stuck on the planning mode. I hope that's helpful.
Man, that's extremely helpful. I was taking notes while you were talking, but one question, my main problem is I jump into Gohighlevel. I'm very new, by the way, and I haven't set it up as I haven't set it up as I would like for my own business. Okay, but I'm on the 300 something plan or whatever. I know I need, to just jump into the higher tier, right? But I have like 2 or 3 clients, that I just create sub accounts for them and just let them use it for, $97 a month is what I'm charging for them. What I charge to them. But I still haven't used the AI agents for myself, so I don't even at a very basic level using it and providing it to others, but I really haven't exploited the full features. And so I really still don't know how to position the AI agents. But like you mentioned something very important, knowledge, try to watch all the people's videos on how to use AI agents and go level and stuff. But what I might not be able to see in a video is to you with a rebuttal right on the spot, right? If there are tools or things that you guys could advise to say, kind of like to get others interested in in the AI agents as a point of sale.
Yeah. So from my side, and by the way, I'm just like you. I'm just like another person that's trying to do their own AI agency. And I selected an orthodontic niche, for example. I'm going after orthodontics, right? Trying to sell them. And the way I came up with the offering. So what you're talking about is the offer, right? Yeah. I think it's 2 things, right? It's like, what's my offer? And then the second thing is, can I back this up? If I get a yes saying client, can I actually provide them what they want, right? Like what are the capabilities, right?
If they ask me, if they say, exactly. Yeah, before, okay.
Yeah. Trust me, that's the best problem to have, right? It's like you have a yes saying customer, and now you want to figure out how to deliver what you need to deliver. So really the 2 key information you need to know is, 1, what can I deliver, not how I can deliver it, right? So yeah. I'll tell you the what very quickly. You have 2 types of AI agents in Gohighlevel. One is a conversation agent, which is like a chatbot. It can be installed on a website. It could be just on WhatsApp. It could be just all these different like Facebook and Instagram messages. All these can be converged, aggregated, but you have to connect these accounts, obviously. But that's the what. You don't care about the how yet, and you shouldn't now care about the how. That's the key trick, right? And I know it makes you feel less confident, but trust me, there's so many ways to figure out how. Because, like we said, we don't have problems with accessing information anymore, right? So the how, you can figure that. The what, in terms of the tooling, is you have conversation agents. Those are like text agents, and you have talking agents. Those are like if you receive a voice call. And as far as I know, Gohighlevel uses a tool called Tell AI in the backend, but it's pretty much just, a conversation AI. You go to a knowledge base, you give it the actual, kind of type of responses, and you can trigger what's known as actions from that, which means you can call a bot, talk to it and say, book me an appointment, and it can go and book an appointment on the calendar, right? So there's a list of actions that you can do. So from a tooling perspective, we know that we have 2 types of agents. One is a conversation agent. You talk to it, you chat with it. And the other one is a voice agent, which you actually call, like you call into it, or it can also make calls as well, right? So it can be inbound and outbound calls. Obviously, you need to still configure phone numbers and things like that, but that's the tooling level, right? Now, at the offer level, here's a very, very nice trick that I use personally, right? I go to ChatGPT and say, as an AI agency owner running Gohighlevel under the hood. Okay, write that down. As a as an AI agency owner running Gohighlevel under the hood, you can say white labeled or not, doesn't matter, right? And I'm trying to target and then put in your target niche, right? Is it real estate agents? Is it real estate, whatever, property management, whatever it is, right? So which ones is yours? Property management, real estate agents?
Real estate agents.
Okay, targeting real estate agents. Please come up with the top 3 offerings that I can provide that are quick to implement and go high level for AI agents, something like that, right? And then literally just type that into ChatGPT right now and hit enter, and it's going to tell you, oh, you can do like a follow up with a customer, to keep pushing on the, sales or this or that. Literally take what it says, and that's your offer, right? Like, tweak it, ask a few more questions if you want. You're in that industry,
Yeah.
but you know what the pains look like, right? But literally that's your offer. So you take that and go to a real estate agent number 1, say, hey, I have a tool. It's an AI agent. It helps you do a follow-up. Now, use their language. Always sell the outcome, don't sell the tool, right? So never say this is like an AI, even like the word AI agent has a double-edged sword. Some people take it as, he's another one of these like using AI for marketing. The better approach I've seen is when I speak to ortho clinics, hey, I have a tool, right, that can answer your calls 24/7 instead of missing calls, right? I have a tool that can book appointments for you instead of waiting for your secretary or front desk to book the appointment. I have a tool that can do, inbound, or like reviews enhancement for your Google account, and that's like pretty much an automation in the back end. It doesn't have to be AI agent. By the way, there's so many different. The nice thing about Gohighlevel is there's so many different ways or tools that can support the offer you provide. And so with that prompt I just gave you, the AI, the LLM already knows what the capabilities of Gohighlevel are. Sometimes I enhance it by say, check the latest Gohighlevel tools and documentation. Then as an AI agent, blah, 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 right? Because they're pushing updates all the time, by the way. So when you tell it check, you also get the latest thing out there, right? So I hope that's helpful and that makes sense, right? So again, the biggest thing is go for the sale and don't worry about the how behind. Guess what? This community, even, Abdullah and the guys here, if you get a client and say, hey guys, I got a client, I told them I can do an AI agent doing this, but now I'm stuck because I don't know how to deliver this. How can I deliver this? You're going to have tens of people jump in and help you out, right? Like this, that's not the issue. The how is not the issue. Or you ask ChatGPT, or, in my experience, Gemini is a little better than ChatGPT with these things because it's a bit more recent as far as like the like getting latest Gohighlevel updates and things like that, and always tell it to do a search on latest before it runs, because you don't want the LLM to answer, you want the LLM to fetch latest documentation, get that data in, then answer based on that, right? I don't know if you know how that works, but you get the idea.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. It's a lot of value there. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Very good stuff.
Yep.
So thank you so much. Noor.
Here's video for you
really
guys.
helpful.
I'm gonna go video.
That was really, really helpful, Noor.
Yep, you're welcome, Peter.
Yeah, so does anybody else want to add something else to what he said? Or do you have a question? Is there anyone that have a question?
So let's say I hired somebody to call leads. Pretty much, I'm trying to hit different niches. So what I sell is an all-in-one CRM that comes with AI. But obviously, to get into the door, we have to have a type of offer, right? Something small that we could offer. So I was aiming to pitch for the AI, just like Noor was talking about. So do you guys use people, to make your calls and your sales, and how do you manage them, or do you do it yourself?
I can answer part of that if you guys are okay.
Yeah, sure.
So in my experience, when we talked about selecting a niche, that means two things, right? It means a niche within an industry, or it means a niche within a tool. And for you, I guess it was Peter, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to niche on a tool itself. I provide CRM, and then I'm going to hit different niches as far as the different recommendation is on the industry level, you still have to niche, right? So instead of, hey, I'm another CRM provider, people probably, some people might know what a CRM is, some don't. Compare that to you hitting, in the example of the other gentleman, real estate niche. Compare that to saying, hey, I'm going to hit, I'm a CRM provider for real estate tool, right? It just comes across much more powerful. So number one, my advice is, again, you still need to niche for the reason of knowing the industry itself. The more you go a little deeper on the industry, the more advantage you have in higher likelihood of closing the sale. That's point number one. Point number two, when you talk about the sales process, my recommendation is, and some people are okay with it. Some people, it's easier for them to do the sales.
Up or down?
Yeah, and some others, don't like to do the sales. Either way, if it's your first like 10 customers, you definitely should be doing the sales yourself for a simple reason. Not to close, not because it's more efficient, for offering accordingly. You speak to 10 people, and all of the 10 you notice, they all are saying, oh, I don't want a CRM, but I would love if you can do an funnel and an automation to email my customers. I would love that. I'd buy that, right? Then what you do is, oh, you know what? In this industry, in this niche, they really care about this one thing. So your next offer to the next, sales call is going to be more of a, hey, what we do is we send this auto text or auto call for people that missed your call because that will get you more business back. Now it's going to resonate more, and you learned that data from the previous sales calls. Most probably, if you hire a sales guy, all he cares about is just like closing the deal, not developing the business. Now, once you have a winning offer, right? You when you call, and I've seen, by the way, websites where you can hire. I mean, the phase one is you're calling. You figure out what the winning niche is and what the winning offer is, and you just kind of focus on that. Don't, again, try not. There's a huge problem in this market with the fear of missing. Always iterate again. You can always try in 2 weeks from now something else, right? But for these 2 weeks, you got to focus on a single niche and a single kind of offering, and pitch that and learn from these pitches. And when you learn from these pitches, you're going to adjust that offering. When you find your winning offer, that's when you go phase two. Most probably hire a person and say, hey, I'll give you 30% if you close these deals. I have a tool. You don't tell them it's Gohighlevel. You tell them it's white labeled, right? It's like my tool. I do a CRM automation that does this particular offering in this niche. And I want you to call all these people, every day you're going to call 100 people, and please do take notes on what they say. Try to instruct them to get you some additional business feedback, and try to listen to these calls yourself occasionally. Grab a couple of calls to see if they're helpful, and then see if they're able to sell. So that's how I would do it. And then of course, to get the leads is another story, right? You can do scraping tools. I've done for less than a year, I'd say. But like I said, I think the biggest hurdle initially was I overthought things a lot. Oh, I want the perfect niche. I want the perfect system that can hit all niches at the same time. I wanted the AI SDR, the sales guy, to be the AI person that calls, because if I automate that, I can hit all niches at once, right? And that basically took me nowhere, right? You can be smart, you can be fast, but it's just not going to work out. It's all about the mental model around it, right? So the right mental model around these things is, like we said earlier, you can learn anything very, very quickly. You can ask ChatGPT, right? But to execute on it, to actually convince a business owner to send you money to your company, you need to be solving a painful problem for them. And if you're not doing that, you is you solving that problem, but you need to identify what that problem is. So that's where, selecting and sticking to it at least for a couple of weeks, and just execution, right? Trying things out, try the sale. And, the rule says sell before you build, right? Like just go sell, and whoever sticks, you can figure out the building easily, right? And hook up with a good technical community. You can hire a good go high level person from, other countries for cheap, relatively speaking. So once you get your first client, you can pay that first, salary kind of thing. But don't worry about, the how as much as the customer. The hardest part in this business is close the deal. Go talk to people. That's the most important thing. Don't stay home, by the way. Go literally, like physically, to small, medium shops next to you, wherever you live, and then follow that up with calls, or do like calls and then, hey, I can show up, I'm in this area. So try to target people around you. Even if you're call people and say, hey, wherever you live, Dallas, Texas, hey, I'm in Dallas, Texas, I'm in the same city, and I've seen that you guys, your website is missing this, or we have this tool, or whatever, right? Then you build that kind of higher trust.
Awesome. So a little bit about myself. I own a successful residential and commercial cleaning business.
Like this business,
and I've been slowly building my white label, high level for the past year. I pretty much set everything up. I even got the label videos, everything going on. Now I'm at a point where I want to execute and start, getting customers. I don't have any real customers, only a few free ones, right, to test out the waters and for them to give me feedback. So I'm obviously in the service business, but I'm guessing it doesn't really matter what niche I approach, or does it recommend that I approach people in service business because I understand their language, and would that be my?
Yeah, you have a business that provides cleaning services, right?
Exactly.
And now you want to do an AI agency. So you understand an AI agency's model, you're providing tech/technology service, targeting a certain industry. So, and that's what you want to kind of shift towards, right?
So my business, cleaning business, runs by itself. This is another project I was building, and I already have people in the back end, developers, all that stuff that could help me with the setting up, onboarding, all that stuff, right? So I'm pretty set up. I'm just ready to attack right now.
Right. Okay. That's nice. So I just want to make sure, when you say I have developers, are you talking about your cleaning business, or you're talking about the AI agency business?
For the AI agency business. So for the all-in-one CRM and whatnot, I have a team that I already work with, and they've developed all kinds of stuff with me. They're experts in high level, and they can onboard, set up.
Yeah. So basically, definitely there's an advantage of you being in an industry. So if you've been in the services industry, like cleaning service, it's a low ticket service unless it's like commercial. But it doesn't matter, right? If you're in that industry, you already have the advantage of the know-how of the industry. I would totally focus on that niche. But here's the catch, right? You're a competitor in that industry from your other arm. So effectively, you're going to go to cleaning companies and tell them, hey, I can boost your leads intake, because these companies, I think, I would assume, and by the way, funny enough, I created a cleaning finding customers, or is it or something else in the cleaning side? I'm talking about the cleaning company.
Okay. I guess it would be in general, it's to get customers. Right.
As now back to the AI agency, your best pitch to cleaning companies, because you're going to go pitch, hey, I'm the CRM provider, or better yet, don't even mention the word CRM. I'm the person that can improve or increase the amount of leads you get for your cleaning company. Now, if you want to get more leads for a cleaning company, I'll come in, I'll evaluate, you have a Google business listing. I can improve the review rating of that Google business, because that gets you more customers. People go on Google, search for cleaning company around me. And then if you're a 5-star, they go to you. I can do that. And here's how I can do it. We have a system that will send an after cleaning to the customer and ask them how the service was. And if they give a 5-star, it's going to auto redirect them to the Google business listing, and ask them to also right there. It'll ask them why and keep that as internal knowledge for your company to improve. Now, if I'm a cleaning business owner, just like you are, right? And someone comes to me and says, hey, I can improve your score and get you more 5 stars on Google Business, which gets you more leads. That's a nice offering, right? So that would be your offer or something like that, right? So that's on the getting more leads type of thing.
Reputation management.
That's the reputation management aspect of it. You can also go for, so one model that I've seen is go for hire and to do it, right? Like you don't need to do it yourself. Use Gohighlevel to hook up to that social media management and their kind of social media accounts. But now your offering is, I can get, you still need to pay for the ad cost, like the Facebook and go. We can help with the graphics, the management of the social media accounts, and the auto.
Hey guys, hey, hi, Noor.
Yes.
Not to interrupt, but
Hey.
I think we have less than a minute for the Zoom call to end. If you would like, I can, recreate another Zoom link.
That's fine.
Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I think I will have to create another Zoom link. So I think
No
we'll have to join the call again. Thanks so much, Noor. Appreciate
Yep.
it. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problems.
Okay,
All right, guys.
so